Oh yeah, this is some more regular shit.
Boy, we off the grid, this for my kid.
For when my kids have kids, everything we did for the crib, everything we did, how we live. All this smoke got a scent, all that smoke Kevin sent. Everything I spoke, what I meant, never disguised my intent. Lines outside the event, brought my life out the trench. God, thank God, look what he did. We off the grid.
We off the grid.
I'm off the grid. Got tats on my ribs, tattoos on my ribs. Agitated my kids. I just do 20 county. We was in honest. I just bought me some brand new clothes. Dover Street Market. We just took a ride to Charlotte. I'm in the Rolls Royce. Don't watch it, Cali. I light her up, blunt and let you try it. Them off the grid, I'm on the.
We off the grid. This for my kid. Everything we did for the crib did hit. Flexing with Viz this trip. Going grid 6 with G-Sticks. Lead nigga 76. Eat squid then we off the grid.
Yeah, look, when I was in jail I was low key. Shout out to supporters that wrote me. Eat food, work out, and then go sleep. You know I'm praying he carrying both feet. Know we got God with us. He look at me and see a God figure. And when I start vibing, I know that he with me, and I'ma always catch a hard shiver. I know it's demons in that dark liquor. We buy a bottle and squad switch up. Everybody turn into a harsh, but my pocket's bigger and my heart richer. My mind smarter, my grind harder, and my car quicker. I'm at her in church, she pray for me, she my God sister. Yeah, I'm only trusting the people I keep close. Telling they sold for a repo. Remember when I was broke wearing cheap coats, and I was diamonds and houses and C notes. I'm feeling marvelous. They let the monster loose. They call me a product of my environment. I tell them no, I'm what God produced. Defense good and them guards can shoot. I put them on you, it get hard to move. Tattoo on my face is the mark of truth. Gotta watch what you say when they market you. I already predicted this. Y'all only witnessed it. Look, got a couple old friends that I'm not really clicking with. I know they pray that we settle our differences. Pray that they lower all my sentences. I got some demons I'm not even dealing with. They ain't they feelings I'm not really feeling in. I know some members that gave back their membership. You switched up, like how you not feeling me? Look, I act like I care, but I don't really care. Now I live in a new building with amenities. I got a new ceiling with a chimney. I got a few wanna finish me. I don't get too friendly with the enemy. You gotta move different when you in the industry. Ooh, yeah, you gotta move different when you in the industry. You gotta move different when you look. God bless me with amazing grace. She fell alone my day to day. I just want my problems to fade away. Man, I'm tired of I need Gatorade. Boy, I got on my feet and I made a name and I made it a necklace. When you from the bottom and you working hard just to get to the top, then they gotta respect it. If you got a voice, then you gotta project it. If you got a wrong, then you gotta correct it. If you got a name, you gotta protect it. If you get me shocked, then you gotta elect her. I live a new life, so I got a new plan and I gotta finesse with. Look, yeah, cause they want me to lose, they ain't part of the rules. I be trying so hard not to move reckless.
We off the grid, this for my kid. Everything we did for the crib did hit. Flexing with Viz this trip. Going grid 6 with G-Sticks. Lead nigga 76. Eat squid this, and ass the shade this. Chicken strip for this.
What's good? It's your boy Dreyking live in the building.
It's late like the chips, yes sir.
It's your boy Brock all day.
Y'all already know what it is. We about to get into a great conversation about, you know what I'm saying, business, clothing line, you know what I'm saying, music industry. You know what I'm saying? We got a special guest, Skelly, man. Introduce yourself, big dog.
You already know, man. These days I go by DJ. Most people know me as Skelly, man. Got the clothing brand, Velly the brand, and I got the music record label, entertainment label, label 1031. You already know.
Let's go.
Yes sir. So starting off, I want to ask you, bro, how did you get the name for your brand?
The name comes from my first name, which is Dale, spelled D-A-L-E. It stands for Valley, and the brand's name is my name in French.
Okay.
That's dope.
No, that's fair.
Hell yeah.
Let me ask you this: how do you, first off, involve your fans and customers in your creative process? And what kind of feedback do you receive from them?
So as far as the music, I don't really. I mean, I get a lot of feedback in the music. Like if I'm out or something, I can, like somebody will come up to me and be like, "Yo, your music's fire, this, that, and the third." But I don't really take no advice on that. I'll take advice as far as the clothing because I know like people got their own certain unique styles, and if you buy one piece and I buy one piece, we not gonna wear it the same because we expressing ourselves in a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? Like a person might buy one of my pieces and if they're artsy type, they might take it and go paint on it or something, you know what I'm saying, and make it unique to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't knock that. Like I like that. Like go be artistic, you know what I'm saying? Right. So that's how I go with that.
Okay. All right, Brock, just pull your mic up. Just pull this cord.
This cord?
Yeah. Pull that up.
Oh, you're saying.
Wrap it around. Yeah, there you go. See?
Yo, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. That's just right.
This is a little sketchy.
No, you good. But also, I got a question then. Can you tell us a little bit about your inspiration behind your clothing brand and how it relates to your music and your personal brand?
All right, the inspiration behind the brand is really based off of like the messages that I received like growing up in general, you know what I'm saying? So like I had I created a slogan for it, and the slogan is built for it, you know what I mean? Because I've been through some things that people they couldn't even fathom. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was 16 years old. That's the first time I ever been in a county jail. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm a kid around grown ass men in a jail. You know what I'm saying? So based off of that, I create my pieces like this. Like I call it a camo piece, but it's technically art. It's a piece that I digitally created. You know what I'm saying? It's not actually camouflage. It's like just an art piece, and I just put it on a jacket. But I made it camo because like even growing up, like I used to listen to Hot Boys, Soulja Slim, all them type of artists. And you know they was on that soldier time. You know what I'm saying? So nice. And you know when it comes to the soldiers, they wear army fatigue. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I created this piece right here. You know what I'm saying? What the colorways about it. You know what I mean? I wanted to keep it neutral and I wanted to keep it gritty at the same time.
Got you.
Hell yeah.
Super dope.
Yeah, bro, you got for Super Bowl. This episode is sponsored by Eon from Thursday to Sunday. Make sure y'all come on down, man. It's good drinks, great specials, good food, great food. You can even watch the game. But yeah, bro, for sure it's gonna be the Eagles. The Eagles gonna be crazy. They're gonna be shifting on them.
Down low, down low, down low, down low. I like my top lit back, lit back.
I got you, nigga. I'ma show that nigga what to do for one of your bitches, man. Hey, I'm shutting the whole block down. Here comes the trouble, homie. I'ma tell you how the king like to ride, homeboy.
I like my my top lit back. See me ride 24. Hey, shop, hey, holla at that like you're getting wood. Hey, your top lit back. If you're real, sit high. Hey, yo, when those bitch black, I like my beat. And my top lit back. See me ride 24. Hey, shop, hey, holla at that like you're getting wood. Hey, your top lit back. If you're real, sit high. Hey, yo, when those bitch black.
And what's crazy with that, it seemed like you said, when it comes to the piece that you got on, it could go with a little bit of everything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like
that's a fact.
This joint right here, I feel like it's so versatile because like you could dress this joint up. Like you could throw on some Chanel boots and a turtleneck and make it look classy. But you could dress it down, throw a hoodie up under it. Now it's streetwear. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then I got it lined. A lot of people don't really line they denim jackets. You know what I'm saying? There's lining in here. You know what I mean? And then I'm crazy with the details.
See them buttons. I
like, you know what I'm saying?
Them buttons is crazy.
Nice.
Zipper got the logo on it. You know what I'm saying? So I take pride in creating something, you know what I'm saying, to make it unique to me. So like when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's his, that's dude right there.
Gotcha.
That's what's up, bro. I feel like a lot of people is, you know, that has clothing brands, bro. They definitely putting a lot of work and effort into their clothing brand. I'm talking about young people that's aspiring to make clothes.
Ain't no question.
Around clothing brand.
Yeah.
All right, got you.
So I did want to ask you this. So when it comes to do you stay up to date when it comes to the trends?
I don't really follow no trends because I don't follow no rules. Like you might get a person who's like into the fashion like that, and they'll be like, oh, well, that's out of date. But if you, number one, take care of the piece correctly, it's automatically still, it's gonna be timeless unless you have a piece that's not timeless. Like people will spend it, they'll spend, let's say you wanna buy a white tee, right? A person will buy 20 white tees a month. But I'll go spend $1.90 on a Burberry tee and it's gonna last me for a couple years. So who's gonna spend more money out of the equation? You gotta think quality over quantity, you know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, I don't really follow the trends because I wanna keep my stuff unique, you know what I mean? I don't wanna follow and do what everybody else is doing, so I create from the heart or from the mind, you know what I mean?
Right.
You always stand out.
Okay, that's super dope. That's super dope.
I got a question for you. What was you?
No, go ahead.
Oh, my bad, bro.
Good.
How do you stay motivated and inspired to continue to create and innovating both music and fashion?
All right, so the music, to be honest with you, I kind of lost my motivation a little bit because of the way that it's oversaturated right now. Everything's oversaturated, but the way that music is oversaturated, it's just like, it's annoying now. Like it's not like I don't be waiting for motherfuckers to drop. Like my favorite artist is Meek, and I'll listen to his shit, but even with him, it'd be like if he drops something, it's not the same to me. Like I'm not like in a rush to be like, let me listen to this so I can hear some crazy shit. Like he's a dope artist to me, but I don't be feeling like that. But the clothing brand, like it's like a new thing. It's like my baby right now. So the grind of it, that's what keeps me motivated. Like I like go set up for an event and get it together, meet new people, network, all that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
That's the process. That's
definitely the process.
Yeah.
Straight grind, and I like that. I just like the grind of it. You know what I mean? That's how I felt with the music too. You know what I mean? I'm getting my motivation back. Like I've been on a couple tours. I done met a couple people, man. Like I've been with certain people in certain cities where like I think I was in Orlando one time. Like my boy who had me on a tour, they playing our music on a real radio at the real time in traffic. You feel what I'm saying? We in the van listening to the interview that I just did 20 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? So like that's really the part of it that I love, but it costs an astronomical amount of money to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So it be like I kind of fell back from it. You know what I'm saying? I still try to create music a little bit. I got stuff in the tuck that I could put out, but the motivation it just ain't there all the way like it is for the clothing. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking on that, another question is, what challenges have you faced balancing out your music career and in the fashion business, and how have you overcome them?
All right, so as far as like the challenges with the music, I feel like the clothing brand is overpowering it. Like I'd rather focus on the clothing brand than the music, or do both.
More profitable?
Yeah, in a way, like they both can be profitable, but like the return that you get on your investment with the clothing, if you do it correctly, you're gonna see your money before you see it in music for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta put out a lot before you get back in the music. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't make money off music. Like I got TuneCore for my distribution. So one time, like I had forgot about it. Like I stopped going on there. Then one day I just decided, like, let me go on here real quick. And I had like $1,000 on there from streaming. Yeah. So that motivated me, like, yo, I could really do something with this. Right. But with the clothing brand, it's like, all right, if I drop a new piece right now, I might spend a couple $1,000, but it's gonna be at least 10 people that's gonna come get it, and that's like $1,000 right there. You know what I'm saying? They're ready. They want me to drop new things because I'm coming with heat every time. Like I'm not trying to just drop t-shirts. I'm trying to drop some shit where you're like, yo, this is crazy the way, you know what I'm saying? Like
I got
a little bit of everything.
I remember a little bit back in the day. That's all everybody wanted to do is make t-shirts. T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? They had to put their own little niche on it, but it was either airbrush or
that back in the day.
But it's definitely evolved since then.
Yeah,
I definitely do see.
And I'll say this about the clothing, like with other people's brands, like I don't knock nobody, but the creative process don't be there for me. Like when I see other people's brands, like when I see certain things and I like it, it's because I just rock with it in general. But like if you're just getting sweatsuits and you're putting your logo on it, that's basic to me.
Yeah.
I rather, like, I ain't saying I wouldn't do that, but even with my sweatsuit, like, I'm gonna do some intricate details that's gonna make it look like I didn't just go be like, let me buy 10 sweatsuits and put my logo on them.
I ain't gonna be like the next 10 people that's doing the same.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause every sweatsuit you see, you done seen it on somebody else with a different logo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I create, like, I really design these pieces, like, from the measurements to what they call tech packs, which is like every detail about it, like how thick this cuff is gonna be. Like I could have made this 1 inch, but it's 2.5 inches or 2 inches or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I tell them how big I want the button to be, how I want the zipper to be, or how big I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? I create everything from scratch. There's some pieces that I have, and I was like, let me just get your best sweatshirt and put my logo on it. You know what I mean? But mostly I like to create from the bottom.
Okay. So we're rolling with that. How do you stay motivated and inspired to continue to create?
I think I just answered that question. Somebody asked me that question. Was that you who just asked me again? Or was it him?
It might have been Drake.
Oh, it wasn't me.
It might have been me.
No, I think you might have just answered it.
Yeah, you might have answered it with within the last question.
Yeah.
No, you good. If you answered that question, just another one, just to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
Like, what gave you like that push at that moment in time where you was like, oh, I'm about to start selling clothes? Like, you already basically saying like you created from scratch, but what gave you like that real push to be like, yo, I'm about to start creating this now? Like,
So I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I'm so into the fashion. Like, I've been into it like for a number of years, like just buying it, like being a consumer. You know what I'm saying? COVID hit and my creative mind started to kick in because the other things that I was doing wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing. So I had to think of something else. You know what I'm saying? And that was my first, I wouldn't say it was my first thought, but it was the thought that was like, it grabbed me like, do this. And when I first had the thought, the idea, my key was to actually create the pieces myself. So I bought a sewing machine. I bought a couple sewing machines, you know what I'm saying? And I bought some fabric and I started making COVID masks, like the masks at the time, you know what I'm saying? And then I started making pillows because my girl, she's an interior designer. So I started making pillows for her clients. And then after a while, I started doing so much research. It's like, all right, well, I ain't ready to actually create these pieces myself. So I'm gonna outsource it, you know what I mean? So I would outsource, talk to manufacturers, and I ain't gonna lie, I spent a couple $2 like dealing with certain people who really they wasn't up to par with what I was trying to do.
Say like a trial and error?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I spent a couple $2 doing that. But once I found the right manufacturer, it was over from there. And they have been they created most of the pieces that I got. You
So you got a great relationship with them now?
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I feel like sometimes it takes that to happen.
Yeah.
You gotta go through the trial error.
Ain't no question.
For sure, that's with everybody, man. Everybody, whatever, entrepreneur or business venture you got going on, you always gonna have some type of
You
trial
gonna
and error
have
to
it.
go through. For sure.
I say experience is the best teacher, but
Oh, yeah.
my boy, he had told me, losing is the best teacher or failing is the
Failure.
best teacher because once you fail, you got to learn from that situation right there. You know what I mean? Because you can experience something, but you could be winning all the time and don't know what failure feels like. And once you feel it, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Right. I heard a guy say that about pressure, basically saying that in order to evolve, it's a scientifically proven method that basically whenever you're put into a hard circumstance, it builds new character. Your genes literally start operating on how to build that out of the next person. So
That makes sense.
So it makes sense that when we go through trials and tribulations, that it builds new character to make us better at the situation we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. So let me ask you this: can you share any upcoming projects or collaborations that you're currently working on?
All right, so I ain't really got no collab. I mean, I got music collabs. Like a couple people been hitting me up, asking me to do features. So I did a couple of them, and they supposed to be in the process of shooting videos and all that. But I ain't really, my mind ain't really there. Like when I gotta do what I gotta do, I do it correctly. But my mind's not really focused on that. As far as the clothing brand, my main goal really, I ain't got no collabs with it, but my main goal right now is to get to do at least one event per month and drop at least 1 or 2 pieces a month, whether it's accessories or a decent piece like a denim jacket or a hoodie or short set, something. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get it to that point.
Let me ask you one more thing. Who would in the music industry, who would be your top 3 artists that you would like to if you
do
had
something with?
Yeah, if you had the opportunity to do something.
If I had the opportunity, it'd probably be, it definitely would be Meek.
Okay. I expected that.
Yeah, I was about to say
number 1
Meek.
for sure.
I would go with T Grizzly because I like how he be coming.
Grizzly be going crazy. Let's do top 5.
Let's do top 5. All right. Who else? Let me think. I ain't gonna lie. This might be this might throw y'all off a little bit, but 50 Cent, I feel like he's a dope artist and he's a dope businessman. So I just rock. I rock with his whole character.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So 50.
Double check next to the businessman, bro.
Who else? Let me get 2 more. Trying to think.
I got one for you. Throw an R&B artist in there.
An R&B artist.
R&B artist.
It's gonna have to be. I got a couple of them because I like Chris Brown. I like Trey Songz. I want to say there's somebody else, and I'm gonna put him out there because he's like one of my tops. But he did that weird shit, so I ain't really been. But R. Kelly is one of the best artists ever, man.
Hey, y'all heard it, you know what I'm saying?
He's one of the best artists ever, man.
He is, though.
For sure, bro.
Nobody can.
They can't fuck with him.
I think that was the battle for everybody. Was like, damn, bro.
There's so many
But damn, you really that good though. Like,
He's
we
crazy,
can't
bro.
deny you. Like,
Right.
yeah, that's because
shit's
we grew
crazy.
up on that.
Yeah, right.
We grew up on
And
that.
that shit was crazy, man. Like he's one of the ones that paved the way for a lot of these motherfuckers now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
God
Bro
damn,
was out here having bunk bed
free R.
parties.
Kelly.
Free R. Kelly.
Yeah, man, I heard it. Free Kelly, nigga. Real shit, cause it's like, yeah, man, that's my man.
First thing that popped in my head was that documentary. Like,
That shit's crazy though, man. Cause
You know, one of his victims just got access to his music money.
oh, for real?
Yeah, no, that shit really just
Is that
happened.
his like girl?
I don't know who did it, but that
You
was
can't
one
do
of
that, bro. You got
Nah,
royalties
nigga.
and shit, bro.
Nah,
You can't get
nigga.
nobody.
When that judge hit that gavel, it don't matter.
Whoa, the judge.
They got control of your shit now, motherfucker. That's
No, you get
crazy.
locked up. You still got motherfuckers control your estate, don't they?
I mean, I just know that nigga,
Whoever
his shit
controlling
fucked.
it probably don't give a fuck about him.
But I feel like that they do that to a lot of artists. Is like you know,
They do that to a lot of black
they build them
motherfuckers,
up.
too.
Yeah, they build them up and then
And crush 'em.
And crush them. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did Bill. Like, nigga, we knew you was slipping.
That's what I'm saying.
build a shit.
And how many of these other white celebrities is doing all the same shit for real? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they said they got Weinstein and what's his name?
That motherfucker spanked
that's the
himself.
nigga that was on the news.
No,
that was on the
Weinstein
news.
just was doing overrange shit.
That's why they grabbed his ass.
You know,
why.
wild shit now.
Now there was that nigga
There's a certain extent where they will let you go to that
Everything.
point. Like, there's a certain
Bro.
extent. There's a certain extent, but. Back to the art, yeah, I mean, back to, you know me, the I don't even talk about Free Kelly.
having bunk bed
But-
parties.
back in the studio, he was shot the fuck out.
Yeah, tell her this shorty can't leave the room. Like, you wildin', bro.
You gotta be 13 to get in. Let me see your ID.
That's what I'm saying. What I don't get about none of that is like, y'all got all this money, man. Like, why is y'all being predators with
He
the
got
goofy
raped
shit?
though, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, R. Kelly.
Yeah, his brother got raped by their own family.
Yeah,
so,
see.
you know, they be fucked up in the head. Bro. And then I'd be like, okay, when I heard
So
that story, I
they
was
should
like,
be
yeah.
giving that nigga help and not
Yeah,
fucking.
right.
They do that shit to us all the time.
But it been
Nah,
going
it
on.
was
It
the
been going
fam-
on for too long.
It was
Yeah.
the family too, though, bro. Like you.
Yeah, all y'all motherfuckers was involved. Y'all should be fucking going to the can right
Remember they was
along
like, yeah,
with
we
it.
see Jay-Z with him now. Like, Jay-Z was low, like, nigga, he ain't see me with that.
That's That's what I'm saying. Niggas, so many niggas was probably scared to the motherfucker when that shit hit the fan. Like,
What?
They said,
I did. I remember.
God, they don't show that cameo picture.
yo,
That's the shit that be going on in the industry, man.
that shit crazy.
I said, hold on, let's get into that though. Yeah, I mean, just because we talking about it.
Yeah.
If you was to be in the industry and you seen some shit going on, right? Like how would your, because there'd be a lot of stuff going on in that industry. How would your approach be?
And that's crazy because when I think about it, it's like
really real shit.
there's
going on.
probably so many stipulations in the way that makes you not be able to do nothing about it. That's what I think. Like, cause there's no way that a motherfucker's just standing by like, yo, R. Kelly's in there with an 11-year man. What, nigga?
Niggas, yo, no, he was. There was
But
niggas
that's what I'm saying. Them niggas is probably getting paid or some
They was
dumb
definitely
ass
getting
shit,
paid.
or they probably. I'm gonna kill you. Something like there's something blocking these motherfuckers because there's no way that a motherfucker not about to say something or stand up about this shit.
Well, yeah, niggas on the documentary.
Man,
was
I'll
like,
be ready to
it's
kill
R. Kelly.
everybody.
But it's the
Nigga,
peak
what?
it's the peak of his career though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
and I
still
feel like
kill R. Kelly, man.
don't get me wrong, yeah, we would, but I feel like if we was in the room, you got other niggas agreeing.
That
You got the
shit's
other
weird.
side, and then you like,
You the
you like you the only one like what nigga? Y'all
I
niggas
got
wanna
that.
do
I
this?
got
You
that.
said so. You said it's cool for him to have this slumber party
I'm
tonight.
tell you, nah, nigga,
It's like Players Club.
I ain't doing
when
that
nigga
shit,
hits
bro.
stand by the door.
doing that
shit.
Yeah, bro.
You ain't
Like
getting me.
what?
Yeah,
What's
that's
going on,
wild.
bro? Y'all doing this in here?
Yeah, that's
And
wild.
everybody just walked out the room. Like nobody help her though.
That shit's
Everybody
crazy.
did.
That shit is
Like I'd have
crazy.
busted in the room like, bro, you can't be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like what is you doing, bro?
ain't
But
making
see,
no
I'm
money.
that type of nigga. Like I'm going in there like, man, get the fuck. You gotta go, dude. I don't give a fuck if it's your birthday or not, man. You're out of here. I'm for real, man. Cause that shit's weird, man. Like you're not about to do that.
But
And while I'm right here.
motherfuckers was not thinking about it like that. They was looking at it as like it's a check. Like
That's what I'm saying.
He's bought out
That
spot
money
or
will
whatever,
buy
then I'll-
anybody,
he can do whatever he
man.
want. And they got, what do they call that when you
Hush money.
no, when you look the other way, it's called what is it, plausible deniability or some shit
Uh,
like that.
I call it money's more important than the person. How they looking at it right now.
Then you got powerful
crazy.
motherfuckers that's connected to
That's
another
what I'm
person.
saying.
So it's like, we'll take out your career if you say something.
Exactly.
You're like, what?
And you're
Oh,
like, what
bro.
the fuck? Like they threatening to do all this shit, bro. You'll go flat. You'll fall flat on your face about some shit like that. Like I don't even want to be involved with it.
So
And that's
how would
another
you feel if
thing.
you was in there and you was like, you seen it, somebody powerful checked you and was like, hey, look, bro, you ain't seen nothing. Don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you like, damn. Or am I gonna lose my that? Cause like that, I feel like that's your Kanye.
So I'm gonna keep it real.
of person.
I'm so like I don't know if I was young, I don't know if I would have the same mentality, but like I would be so straight that I wouldn't give a fuck. Like y'all couldn't fuck me up because I'm about to like whatever I lose here, I'm a gain over here. I'm about to go grind. Fuck y'all, and that's what it is.
Period.
Yeah, I feel that.
I would have been on that shit too.
Yeah, bro. Let me ask you, bro. So
Off of the Bunk Bed Chronicles.
I'm still in that.
straight off of the
Bunk Bed Chronicle.
So how do you
That's a good one, bro.
Yeah.
how do you actually see the future of music and fashion industries evolving, and how do you plan to stay like ahead of the curve?
You mean as a whole?
Yeah, as a whole.
All right, so
Cause they definitely run this course together for real.
I see music continuously going down the path that it's going, and I don't really like that.
So down the drain.
Down the drain.
Is it because they putting out so much?
It's just
Like,
too
it's
much
just-
shit
they just
going
keep
on. Yeah.
putting it out, and it's not even
what-
like perfect.
it's
Like
not-
artists usually take their time.
Right. Like
So
a
it's-
motherfucker ain't taking a year to drop some shit.
It's not evolving for the better.
Nah, hell nah. It's just it's a way to it's lucrative. It's a way for motherfuckers to make money. But all these labels, they gotta adapt to what's going on now. Anybody can do anything on their own. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like so accessible. Like this is the way to make money. Like if this motherfucker get this many streams, we're still getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see that really. I see that going down the shithole. The fashion for real, I would have to really tap all the way in as far as like them shows and all that type of stuff to see what they really got going on. You know what I mean? But for me personally, I think that it's gonna be an uphill. Like it's like not an uphill battle, but like shooting to the moon with it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Going past the ceiling with it. You know what I mean? Because it's always, you're always able to create. Like, you're always able to create in a certain space with it. You know what I mean? And it's the same with the music, like how they keep putting shit out. Motherfuckers be putting out dumbass shit like Shein and fucking Fashion Nova. They be putting their little cheap shit out. But at the end of the day, another motherfucker, like even with the Fashion Novas and the Sheins, a woman gonna take that shit and do it how she wanna do it. So it's always gonna be something to go to. You know what I mean? It's never gonna fizzle out. I don't think fashion will ever fizzle out.
I agree with that because my mom was really heavy into fashion. My mom's from New York.
Okay.
She always go to New York, and he always like buy a shirt. I remember when I was young, I had a green Sherlin, like young as hell. Like, and I never forget that picture. I'm like, damn, we used to really be shopping for all that little nice little designer shit.
What was it, bro? A green what?
A green Sherlin.
The Sherlin.
It's the Sherlins
With the fur.
the coats.
Oh,
Yeah. I had one of them back in the day. So it
Look
was
like you selling 2 keys at a time.
back in the day.
Real
what I'm
shit.
saying?
You was that nigga.
like
You had one of them. I ain't gonna hold
Lucas in the
you.
front, right?
You was that nigga for real.
He was Frank Lucas in the front, right?
Weird, I felt good with that, but I was just like,
did.
just seeing the fashion world. She used to always tell me like, she's like, the fashion's always gonna be the same, but it just evolves and it always changes. She's like, but it'll always be around.
Yeah.
And like you said, that with the music, it's like the music's really like, they just pumping out a lot of trash. And like you said, I do feel like it is declining like that because it's like, it's a narrative that the labels want. And they want that energy to keep staying there. Yeah, so they're like, they get a conscious rapper, they're not gonna really
They
like,
not
promote
they
him,
not
have
pumping that shit out there.
Yeah.
They'll let 1 or 2 through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they always be decent. They be like nice. Like I listen to straight street shit most of the time, but I will go listen to a J. Cole or some shit, and he's hard to me. Kendrick's hard to me. Like, they're really good artists, but I just don't go listen to them. I literally listen to old shit that I used to grow up to. You know what I'm saying? So
Who's your favorite? I mean, you said Meek Mill's your favorite artist, but who was like the one that inspired you to really do the music? Like the first person, like when you heard him, you was like, I can spit too.
let me think.
Yeah,
Cause I was listening to a lot of shit, man. Like I couldn't even tell you, man. But I know the first couple people that I was listening to because of my dad was Public Enemy and Snoop. Like he used to play the shit all the time, and I feel like that's where it had to come from. I don't know for sure, but I feel like that's where the music shit had to come from. Cause he used to be on a Kenwood little joint, man, with the speakers. Man, he used to be thumping that shit in the crib. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it
working
came.
up to it.
Yeah, like I think that's where it really came from, man. But as I got older, like it was Hot Boys, Soulja Slim, like all them type of artists. I used to listen to T.I. too. You know what I'm saying? He was like one of the artists that I would go
Hot Boys
to.
movie, that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All that, see, and like that era of shit is completely different from this right now. Like a motherfucker can't really put out a movie and it's gonna be hard like that to how it was hard, how that shit was hard to us. It's not gonna be hard to motherfuckers like that.
I seen the last movie like that was the Boozy movie.
Did I watch that? I don't even think I watched that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
That joint was crazy, bro.
Boosie one of my favorite artists too.
Bro, he's funny as
He's
hell.
real. That's
His
why.
bloopers, bro.
He's so
Shout out.
crazy real with that shit, and he's funny as hell.
He's really
so
funny
like
as
now I really fuck with him because of how he be acting.
I give you $1,000.
Yeah.
What? They got shut down. Shut your Instagram down. You going crazy over here. That's why you mad as hell.
That's a nigga that I really want to meet. Like I want to meet Boosie, man. Like out of anybody, I want to meet Boosie, man. Like that shit is crazy for real.
Do you feel any artist like has the versatility to put out lyrical content that conscious motherfuckers want to hear, and still be able to do the street or club type of music feel? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel any artist has that versatility?
You mean like industry wise?
Yeah.
I mean, club music really, I don't even know if there's a such thing for real no more.
It really ain't.
But
It was because I was when you said that. When I said that, I was like thinking 04 era. Like
that shit.
was like,
that's
going
that back.
It's club era music, but it's the
killer
ladies.
club
No. It's the ladies right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
they killing them.
They got it in the
I ain't gonna
chokehold
lie,
right
they
now.
killing them.
Bro, it's in the
They killing them.
Glorilla.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
All
is
them,
killing.
bro.
But
It's
see,
just-
her
it's
shit is
retarded.
hardcore, but you can play it in the club.
Hardcore
It's
rap.
not really a club song to me, but it's one of them ones that just
You'll turn
catches.
up
Like,
to it.
like even if Meek shit come on now, fucking Dreams and Nightmares, like that's one of them ones.
Yeah, that's a
If you're
classic.
in the
That's gonna
club,
be in
the
the club for a
whole
while.
club is gonna be like
Anywhere though.
anywhere in the fucking world, man. I done been to so many places and that shit came on and that shit was going crazy.
Here's somebody. You ready?
Everything. That's all.
Everybody look at you like, you ready?
Yo, that shit's crazy, man. I couldn't.
I was in a
ain't-
Spanish club and that shit came on. Everybody, I'm like, the Spanish niggas know this shit.
That shit's everywhere, man. That shit's
We're
a,
speaking English.
Hold on, wait a minute. I swear, bro. I see their mouth. I'm like, oh, niggas know the word for real.
But
Like,
see
universal.
that right there, we just that Meek Mill shit right there.
yeah.
Nigga, that was Meek in his bag.
In his bag,
bro.
yeah.
In his
He
bag,
was in
nigga,
his
that was
bag.
real.
you're
Listen,
hungry at them stages
Yeah, bro.
in the beginning.
I was
You're
real.
hungry as hell.
That's
yeah, you
why
could
it's
tell.
bang,
You could,
bro.
you could tell when the hunger goes away. But you still, the nigga still hard. But you could
yeah,
tell,
yeah.
like all them fucking what's them story joints he was doing?
Tony.
Yeah, the Tony story.
yeah.
Tony Jones was
Bro, he was
crazy.
going
Cracking, bro.
bananas.
Tony
but
killed his own
I'm gonna
man,
keep it
tied
real.
for a whole
I
break.
can't answer that question as far as the club shit, but versatile wise, I don't even know, man. Because a lot of people don't go the other route. They just
right.
go they one way.
Stay in that
They
same
might switch it up just a tad, but they go to one way. You know what I mean? Like I think Drake might be the only one that does every fucking thing.
Everything.
He's the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was who I was thinking about.
Yeah, he's the only one that really will be. He can go there, and there. Like he just got the. I don't know.
Yeah, he said he's got the golden ticket.
Yeah,
I got you. So just piggyback on that question that he was saying. So it's just basically saying like, who is like in the industry, like somebody that really, really, really like hits home for you. It's like, bro, like you said, you wanted to meet Boosie, but who would you really want to like? If it was just one person besides Meek, was go outside of Meek, one person that you really that
I'm gonna keep it real with you on
you
that
want
one.
to work with.
I'm gonna want to work with him just based off of growing up and how I grew up, the shit that I was doing, and how I was listening to this motherfucker's music. Yo Gotti, the nigga, bro, when he dropped that back to the basic shit, man, a old head nigga put me on that shit. And I was thumping that shit like a motherfucker, man. He was hard, and then he kept dropping them cocaines. Bro, the nigga was so crazy to me with that shit because he was talking what I understood. Like him and Jeezy and Gucci, man. Them niggas was talking the shit that I really understood at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing, like I was in the mix with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but Gotti is like, he's like my favorite out of them three. Like, I fuck with Gucci and Jeezy. Jeezy can't really rap to me, but he was talking that shit. Like when he dropped that Thug Motivation, man, I used to be walking down the street and every ride past is playing this nigga shit, bro.
I was going for it.
Playing this nigga shit. And you'll never, I ain't gonna say you'll never get this. I ain't gonna say you'll never get this, but it probably won't be the same right now in comparison to then. But like how he had that shit, you won't get another motherfucker doing that because there's too many people dropping music. Like when his shit came out, he probably was bad self or with like somebody else might have dropped one other person, but his shit was just
It was him
crazy.
and Gucci. It was him and Gucci. Like you said, Yo Gotti was in there, but like
Yeah.
like,
I
niggas
don't
was
know,
banging,
bro.
it
When
was-
Jeezy dropped Bad I feel like Jeezy dropped Bad Soul because I played every jam on repeat at least like 5 times a piece, bro.
Yeah,
swear I did.
bro,
Like
that
5 times a
Thug
piece.
Motivation was crazy. Everybody's like 50 Cent's first shit was crazy.
Get Rich or Die
Like, I
Trying.
played
when
the
he came
whole-
back out.
the whole thing.
I still play the whole joint. I still play that whole joint, man. Boosie's first joint, play that whole. Webby's first joint, I play the whole joint.
I never fucked with Webby.
You never fuck with Webby?
Nah, bro, I don't.
Listen, he can't really rap, but he was talking that shit. He can't rap, but he was talking that shit for real.
He was talking that shit. He was rapping about ratchet ass nigga that going wild.
That's what you hit that shit right on the button.
Wow, this nigga just wild. He don't give a fuck.
He remind me of what's his name? What the one that used to be with Trina, big black dude?
Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy, he a wild nigga.
Yeah.
Got a cooking show.
Webby can't rap for real, but his first shit, man, that G shit. You want G shit? Bro, that shit will have. That shit was like fucking Meek shit in the club. Yeah.
What I'ma give it to you.
Straight country ass.
Nah, what was that John that came out? I can't remember what he was saying now. But they used to play that KC so much, yo.
Webby?
Yes. They used to play that shit.
Oh, I know what
crazy.
you talking about, bro. That's the song I ain't like. I can't even.
That's the song I ain't like.
Bro, I think he said shit like 1,000 times in his jam. I could not, but he went crazy. I remember Shorty being on the
Webster
dance floor.
Bradley,
She was
man.
turning up.
Listen,
Anybody got some more questions?
a lot of motherfuckers, man. Those motherfuckers was, I don't know, that era growing up from like 10, I'll say 10 to fucking 18, 19, 20, man. It was some crazy music
It was a
coming
fun
out,
time,
man.
bro.
That
We
shit
around the
is not
same age, so I know that was the era where it was the trapped out era. It was like you had the big old T, you had the big ass T's on out here.
4X weighing fucking 60 pounds.
Pad big as hell at the bottom.
That's me.
That was me too,
If you see me, you know. Like,
With the fitted on like 59, nigga.
Niggas got pictures like that.
Like this is what
rocking
rocking
the
the
headband,
headband. Yeah, the show niggas like, yo, this is 59, fam. Look at that shit.
Just that 49, just that 49, 50, that 49, 50.
50.
That was a
That's how
hell of
you
an
know
era.
Fucking
was a hell of an
fitted,
era.
man. I'll never wear a fitted again.
Hell no, niggas ain't rocking them. Niggas is just rocking snapbacks.
You know what's crazy
they
though?
come back. They came back.
Niggas used to hate on snapbacks back in the day.
Niggas
They
hate
was not in.
Niggas like, well, you got the Poindexter on. Niggas was like, niggas was definitely talking shit. Like,
Striped
you had
socks.
If your hair was big,
All
niggas was
that
like,
shit.
oh, bro. But now it's like, niggas is like that style.
Yeah. That's why I said I don't be following no rules, cause it just be like it's going off of what everybody else is saying, man. You gotta do your own thing, be your own character, man.
I got one more
That's
question
dope,
for you.
that's
You
dope.
think what you just said? Do you think that's just is that style of
Pittsburgh.
what everything, like you said, what everybody's doing, is that just Pittsburgh, or
There's
do
a
you
lot
think
of
that's
shit
everywhere?
There's a lot of shit that's just Pittsburgh, but I think that specific topic right there might be just Pittsburgh and a couple of different places, but I don't know, cause I feel like somewhere like LA, it probably always was different. Just like if you go to a third world country, they're doing shit we was doing fucking 30 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like we're behind. The Berg is so behind on every fucking thing. I don't even know how we still behind it with all this technology, but we just be behind on shit. I don't be understanding it. Like I go to other
community. We a small town community.
yeah, I go to other places and be like, yo, I'm ready to take this, but like, all right, so this is a perfect example right here. Like I used to go out of town a lot, and I used to go in them high-end stores and buy clothes and shit. So I would go in certain stores. Like I was in Atlanta one time, and I went in Saks. It was me and my boy. We went in Saks, and they was giving us lobster rolls and champagne.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what they do.
So it's not this. I was just about to
that's
ask. So
wild.
the shacks out there ain't the same like the
Ross
shacks up here.
That's what I'm saying. Listen.
Doing shit like that.
That's what when I set up for events, depending on what type of event it is, I got champagne. When you buy something, I got champagne for you. Yeah, I got champagne for you. Just based off my experience, man. Like just seeing certain things, man. Like I'll go in the fucking Burberry stores. They giving out champagne, water, shit like that. Like they know you coming to spend some change, so they like, let me compliment you.
They wanna make sure
Like,
you
you can go in
comfortable.
Burberry here and they ain't giving you a goddamn thing.
They just want you to spend that money.
You good?
But I think they trying to start catching up because I think they just opened up a Gucci in Ross or something. One of them other,
They got
one.
a Gucci in there for a minute.
No,
Ross?
something.
mall?
Something.
At the mall?
No, there's a Burberry and a Louis in there.
Oh, but no Gucci.
I think they just opened up a Gucci store.
No, they did. I seen that on the news.
Yeah.
It's how Ross. Yeah, they definitely just did. They definitely just opened that.
And they just started putting that shit back in Nordstrom because that shit was dumb as hell for a minute. But they start putting them high-end brands back in there with them certain ones that motherfuckers like. So I think we starting to come into something for real, you know what I mean? And then, like with that, speaking on that, like I just was talking to somebody who worked there, like he always be helping me out. I had reached out to the manager of that joint to see if they would start putting local brands in the store. You know what I'm saying? But he presented me with some opportunities as far as like vending opportunities.
Okay.
And so I was talking to my boy, like, yo, reach out to him and pull his coattail because I had followed back up and he didn't get back to me yet. So I'm trying to see what's up with that. So just for anybody who's listening with a clothing brand, step your game up because they might be letting us in there in the door with that.
That's what's up. And just to go off that, as far as like your brand, like, do you see yourself? Because basically, you taking that nice little strategy for walking in the store. You was like, I'm serving champagne. So you want your brand to be, because you know they'll never show. I heard this all the time that you will never see a Ferrari or a Benz showing on a regular commercial.
Right.
So it's like you catering to your audience. Is your audience more of a, with your clothing brand, more high luxury type of person that you're trying to target?
Yeah.
The audience?
So with that, like that's my key goal. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people gonna see it and get it. You know what I mean? Because we're in a content-based world, so I'm gonna put it out there. Like I'm gonna promote it like how it's supposed to be promoted. You know what I mean? And high-end brands do it too, but that's my goal. Like this jacket right here retails for $225. Some people might be like, man, that's too much. But the other person who knows like the quality and all that, they know a Mary jacket gonna cost $1,000. You know what I'm saying? They will make the same type of fucking jacket and it's gonna be $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Just based off the name. So I am trying to target that type of audience. You know what I'm saying? My prices aren't the same as like those higher end brands with the fashion houses and all that, but eventually I'll get there. Like when I start creating shit by my own hands, like I want top dollar. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm a create one piece per size, like one piece per size. Whoever get it, they got it. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Exclusive, yeah.
I feel like too is like you said, too is a sustainable price because for even good quality jeans, you're spending over $150 for sure for something to fit how you want it to fit.
Exactly.
You want it to fit right because everything. I feel like everything under 150 is just fits.
They just putting it however they want to put it. Like they gonna put it together how they not gonna think about. Like I think about all of that. Like so I created like when I first started dropping my pieces. I was doing all my measurements and all that, but I wasn't. There's something called seam allowance that they do. I wasn't privy to it. So like the seam allowance is this, like the waistband of your pants might be a 32 or whatever, but when they make it, the band gotta be a 33. So that's a half an inch seam allowance on each side, so that when they sew it, it goes to the size that it's supposed to be. You feel what I'm saying? So I think about all of that.
You really locked in.
Yeah, them cheaper brands, they gonna just be like, here, you know what I'm saying? Put it together, and that's what it is. And they probably making them fucking $1,000 a minute. You know what I mean?
That's so crazy too, because I always said I pay for quality, bro. And like, you know, I can pick up something off, like literally off the rack and just the back.
You gonna know?
Like, oh, this is top notch quality.
You can
bro.
feel it.
You can feel it. You know what I mean? So it that's dope that you got that.
Yeah.
You know your mindset and your what you do and how you put that into your clothing brand, bro. I think that's gonna go a long way for you, and you'll get to you gonna get that audience that you.
And that's so crazy that you say that because especially y'all talking about quality. I remember Ha Davis was like, man, I met Jay-Z. His shirt wasn't even wrinkled. He said, man, he had on that Egyptian cotton. That's why. I'm like, oh, I ain't even know nothing about that. He's like, don't wrinkle.
That's what
He's
I'm
like,
saying.
bro, he's like, because not me. Gilly was telling Ha Davis, like, bro, that's Egyptian cotton.
Yeah.
That's what I be wearing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
bro.
That's why it don't wrinkle like that.
Motherfuckers,
I'm like, oh,
you gotta
that
understand that shit, man. Like when you, cause like even doing my research, there's something called Supima cotton. The shit it's nice quality. It probably ain't that Egyptian shit. I know it ain't, but it's so high of a quality that like you're not gonna find the shit just anywhere. You feel what I'm saying? So like even with that, like just my research and doing certain things that I was doing when I was trying to build this thing up, like I was figuring certain things out. There's a thing called Pima cotton and sub Pima cotton. So I think the sub Pima cotton is like more of a top quality. You know what I mean? Then you got your what they call it, your the fuck is that shit called? I forget what it's called, but it's a certain type of cotton, like the sweatshirt shit. Oh, the French terry cotton. So they make them joints. It's different than like a regular cotton joint. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta, like if you into the clothes like that, you gotta really do your studying and all that. And that's what I did. So I studied based off of the things that I bought, because I have Burberry pieces, I have Montclair, I have a Mary. You know what I'm saying? Like I study these pieces.
I mean, that's crazy that you study the pieces. This is one dude. I'm gonna put you D after the podcast, but
Yeah.
dude, he sells clothing brands, but he actually looks up all the high end quality people and know where they're exporting their quality. So he's giving you game on his IG, telling you exactly where Nike's getting their clothing brand, exactly where Gucci's getting their clothing brand, and telling you where to go to the source. And I was like, well, this is very valuable. And I feel like that'll be super valuable to you because, like you said, you're doing your research. You might like, all right, let me go to this vendor because you know what I mean. If Gucci's working with them, let me, you know what I mean, let me find out the quality that they're giving out. So like, yeah, that's super dope. But before we get out of here, I do want you to freestyle, dog.
30 seconds of fame.
30 seconds, give it to me.
I ain't even.
He said, I don't want to rap.
I ain't even got it in me.
You got it in you?
You know, it's crazy though. That's how so far removed
That's
I
how I
am.
know you.
Because I would have been ready. I would have been ready for this shit. I would have been ready for you, man. I'd have been ready for you. But I ain't ready for you. I ain't ready for you.
Oh, you
I ain't gonna lie.
I just had to ask him.
I ain't ready for you. I'd have gave it to you though. That shit.
So
I don't know
basically,
what I was
what you're
thinking.
saying is like, listen, man, the music is in the wind. I'm doing that shit when I want to. I'm
Yeah.
really focused on building the brand. And you know, I know you focus on the brand. Have you shot a video with your clothing brand? Yes. Like really did a visual of your clothing brand.
Like with the
song.
music,
Yeah.
not yet.
You got
But
that.
I'm working on that. I'm working on that. Trust me, man. I'm about to start dropping music again and all that. But the crazy thing is, it got my mind fucked up that you just asked me to do that, cause that's me. Like that's me. Like I'm coming. I'm prepared and I'm ready to. If they ask, they gonna get it. Yeah. Like if I had it, I'd give it to you. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
All right, so how about this? 30 seconds of your favorite Meek.
My favorite Meek.
Your Meek flow.
I
Yeah.
don't even know if I could think of nothing for real.
No, matter of fact, what's to say this?
You gonna have to play some.
Do you got albums or mixtapes
Me?
out of your music?
For my music?
Yeah.
I got they albums.
They albums,
I'll say
okay.
they albums.
So what
I
was your
ain't put
favorite
the
album?
effort into. I only got one technically, and then I got an EP.
Okay.
So honestly, I'll say this: my favorite song that I have released is called Shady. It's on an album called In the Streets. So it's like industry but streets. You know what I'm saying? So INDU streets. You know what I mean? Okay. That's my favorite joint. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all want to play it, y'all can play it. I don't know the words off the top of the head.
No, you good. You good. Last but least, man, where you see your brand in the future, and what's some advice that you can give somebody, you know what I mean, that's out here, you know, trying to pursue the clothing industry.
I mean, I'll get the advice first. The advice I would have to give, number one, key goal, is to believe in what you got going on. Because if you don't believe in it, nobody else will. Because you're not going to put your best foot forward and they're not going to see it how you want them to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm coming in, my presentation is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was at that sneaker event that we both did, my setup, everybody has tables. I got a counter with my logo on the front of it. Like it's metal pieces, you know what I'm saying, put on there. You know what I mean? So it looks like you're walking in a store, like the actual store. You know what I'm saying? I got the racks, I got the mannequin, got my clothes everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So I think that you should believe in whatever you got going on first. Next, create your business plan and get your budget together. Make sure you know what you got to spend and know what you got to make in a certain amount of time. That's key.
That's key. I heard that from the big dog, Ski.